Okay, very sorry about that. We just had the event loaded up and everything, and then the game crashed. So we're back in it. This is, well, technically part 2 of the event. And, well, here we go. So, looks like AFJ is ahead of Reese, with Scyther right behind. Here comes Scyther on the outside against Reese. So it is into turn 4, and looks like okay. Reese just staying ahead, the Chiller right behind. And unfortunately, Scyther has had to back off, but AFJ leads the way. In this event. Okay, there we go. Got everything fixed, I think. But anyway, so 18 good, and looks like, oh, there goes Blonde and a VSC. So Blonde out into Castle. Well, a last minute loan. First one out. Is the end of Blonde, so VSC deployed. So once we have the first lap all set, this time we're just waiting on the green to hit. It looks like it is AFJ, Reese, Scyther, The Chiller, Josh H, Jack, TB, George. Scyther just gets past Reese to get into second place. Jack and, yeah, a lot of changes about on the restart, but anyway, so it looks like Gecko just got a drive-through for speeding under the VSC, so that is the end of him. Anyway, so looks like, and the Chiller gets ahead of Reese up into turn 3, and Reese has to fall to 4th. TB up into 6th. He's got Josh right in front of him. Go on board with Jot or TB. Now TB had to start in 11th because of that crash in Q2 on last stream, which, by the way, both parts will be appearing on this group. We'll have part 1, which will have the qualifying session itself and the initial attempt of the race, and then part 2, which is this. This is going to be the main race itself. So we have TB. There's Josh H right ahead. And looks like Scyther is closing in on AFJ. Switch the onboards to him now, as he is right on the tail of AFJ. Let's see how they are as they head into the fast chicane. Now Scyther, I would wait until after that chicane to make your shot. Looks like he's going to engage the overtake to try to get past. And AFJ responds. The Chiller decides, yeah, I'm going to make my move now. Gets past his teammate and... whoa! Oh, boy. Oh, smash. Wow. Well, Scyther gets into the back of AFJ, slows it down, but then gets hit from behind. I think Reese got into the back of him, and Scyther now has no wing. AFJ knocked out of the points too. And TB switches with Reese. TB up in a second. Scyther, unfortunately, no wing, has to settle. Is currently tumbling down the order. I think I didn't see it, but we did see the collision into the back with AFJ and Scyther. But I think when Scyther tried to get it slowed down to not hit him again, I think he got hit again. But we didn't catch it in time. But I think that's what happened. Josh H now in pursuit of both the Red Bulls. Reese, I think Reese is starting to feel a little of the effects of this. And the Chiller, by the way, just starting to slightly pull away from TB. 1.1 seconds, but TB is now starting to claw back. And there goes Zakaria is disconnected. Hopefully he'll get back into the session. Their speed's basically identical, and Scyther's still chancing. He's staying out. I think he's waiting on a safety car to happen so he can get into the pits and repair his car. I think that's what he's doing. He's waiting for a safety car. And George just gets himself into 6th, passing the damaged Scyther. A little bit further back. Oh, well, Zakaria is yet to reconnect. Oh, Xbox shut off on him. So it looks like his Xbox overheated, is what happened. Okay, well, let's see. So Josh is still chasing down Reese. Reese, unfortunately, is now out of DRS range against TB. That means Reese is now going to be at the mercy of Josh. And oh, we have a safety car. Yep, safety car. Gecko crashes in the castle. Gecko has declared it. I am stupid. I am stupid. Ugh, I switched off everything. Well, TB is heading off into the pits. Same with Josh. Jack in as well. Scyther in 2. Ads as well. Ads is in 2. Move that wing onto the hards. I wonder what Gecko has to say about his incident. I do wonder what he has to say about that. Okay, so with initial stops set, as we're looking at it here, so to kick things off, so we have the Chiller leading, Scyther in Reese in 2nd, Jack is 3rd, George 4, AFJ 5, Zakaria up into 6th, TB, who wound up being the first of the pitters, is currently in 7th. Josh in 8th. Kipu 9. Scyther repairing that wing. He is in 10th. So rest of the field, we have Ads in 11. Redfire 12. Bourbon 13. This new guy, Med Munson, in 14. Tadpole 15. And Stenner in 16th. So we had a VSC for Blonde crashing in the castle, and now a safety car for Gecko crashing in the castle. So unfortunately, Zakaria unable to get back in at this present time. See what happens. So this is gonna put TB. This is gonna put oh, never mind. Zakaria's AI just pitted it for him. So TB now doesn't have to worry about the AI getting in his way. But now TB does have one glaring concern now. He is the Red Bull filling of a Mercedes sandwich. Alright, so, and unfortunately, it looks like Zakaria has put it out. Xbox is broken. I don't think I'll be able to rejoin back. So unfortunately, even though it's an AI, Zakaria is the third driver out of this Grand Prix. Once we get this back underway here, so it is going to be, like I said, so top 5, it is the Chiller, Reese, Jack, George, and AFJ. Top 10, it is going to be TB, Josh, Kipu, Scyther, and Ads. And then the rest of the grid, it is Redfire 11, Bourbon 12, technically Tadpole 13, Stenner 14, and Medmunson 15. So, is the safety car coming in this time? No, it is not. So, I think looks like we're going to be going another lap under the safety car. Oh, no, it is coming in now. Okay. Now, I'm wondering, with 20 laps left in this race, I wonder if Scyther and TB will be able to do the rest of the race on that medium compound. Josh should be okay to go rest of the race on this compound. As the chill is taking off, we're back underway in Baku. As these drivers head into turn number 2, the Chiller leading the way. Reese right behind. AFJ right up the tail of George. Now George is part of Red Bull on loan to Aston Martin. So George is more willing to help TB out instead of helping George out. Whoa, AFJ gives him a little bump and run. And George plummets to 7th from that bump and run tactic, and looks like someone went for a slide. I think that was Ads that went for a slide. Yes, he did. Yeah, it was Ads. Ads did go for a slide after getting hit. I think is it Red Fire he got tagged by? Can't tell. But anyways, Scyther clears Kipu to get in 8th place. Now has the Mercedes to worry about. Now AFJ loses the 4th place spot to TB. Now the interesting thing is that TB, the next driver ahead, is Jack. Now Jack is on loan to Alfa Romeo, and he is the co-TP of Red Bull. So I think once TB gets close to Jack is gonna just move over and let his driver through instead of putting up a fight and getting Alfa Romeo a lot of valuable points. Anyways, looks like Kipu has plummeted quite a bit down the order, losing multiple spots, and Reese has just taken the lead into turn 1. The Chiller's trying to fight back, but can't seem to do it. And TB, yes he is, up into 3rd. TB makes it easy. Jack does make it easy to get by into there. And AFJ loses 7th to Scyther. Scyther in pursuit. We have trouble in Sector 1. That is Medmunson. And George has decided to try to fight back on the outside, but now on the inside, now the outside, and Scyther trying to put his exclamation point firm, and he does so in the 6th place. Meanwhile, back towards the front, Reese leading the charge. The Chiller right behind, TB immediately behind as well. Jack hanging tough in 4th. Josh hanging in 5th. Scyther on his tail too. It looks like a little loose from Reese there. It's gonna have the Chiller close in by a few tenths. Try to get some ground and maybe go for a shot on the main straight. Looks like we have another problem. That's Med Munson. That's his 3rd time having issues. He had an issue in turn 1, issue in turn 3, and now again in turn 7, and now again in the castle. Not sure what that guy is doing, but anyways, here comes TB trying to make the shot onto the Chiller. Well, here comes the Chiller on the outside. We got a nice helicopter cam there. And it looks like Reese has decided to not let him over. And, ooh, close to the wall. And TB takes advantage of that and gets himself in the 2nd. I'm not going to be surprised. The Red Bulls are going to switch. Yep, and TB in the lead. Now Reese is going to play the back roll to hold those behind back and let his teammate take off. Scyther clearing Jack to get into the what was gonna be into there, and looks like Med Munson has crashed at the chicane, and that is going to cause a safety car. So, safety car number 2 for Med Munson crashing. Let's see what's going to happen with those that haven't pitted yet. Now, those that have not pitted yet, it is AFJ, George, Jack, the Chiller, and Reese. That is the group that have not yet pit yet. And those guys are going to be those guys are going to probably be coming in pretty shortly and get some new tires on. Well, Reese might not, because he is on the hard compound tire. Maybe he could. But it looks like a double stack for the Red Bulls. And look at this, Josh H. and Scyther. Well, Josh H. has decided to not come in. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait. He already did stop. I'm stupid. Anyways, well, as the pits are going into place, the Chiller is going to come out. And this is not good. TB gets ahead of the AI, Zakaria, but the Chiller did not. So the Chiller is going to be at an unfair advantage. He's going to be at an unfair disadvantage to TB. So Jack currently in 7th. Reese is 8th. Well, I mean, technically the Zakaria is not going to be counted, but I mean, unfortunately, there's nothing the Chiller can do, because he can't pass the AI car, or else he'll be penalized. So there's nothing the Chiller can do, because that AI has decided to. Because when the safety car goes off, literally the AI cars have like a 0% reaction time. So literally when the group takes off, the AI will react like 15-20 seconds later than they do. So, unfortunately, that means probably once these guys take off, TB is probably going to have maybe a 2-second lead over the Chiller. I mean, currently it's a 8-9-10 second lead, but it'll probably go up to like between 2 to 3.5 seconds before the start-finish line because of the AI car. Anyway, so Josh H is going to be leading the field once we get back underway. Scyther is currently in second. Ads is third. TB in four. If we exclude the AI as Zakaria, it is the Chiller 5, Jack 6, Reese 7, George 8, AFJ in 9, and Bourbon in 10th place. Rest of the field, it is Redfire 11, Stenner 12, Kipu 13th, and Tadpole, who's back in the pits, is currently 14th. And, oh, then it looks like Stenner just smacked into the back of Redfire and gets himself a penalty for it. And, yep, no wings. So Stenner, he's going to have to go into the pits and get himself Alright, anyways, so once we go back underway, we're currently on lap 10 of 26. Once we go back to green, we're going to have 15 laps left of this race. Now, this safety car is going to help Scyther out because he is on the Scyther compound tire. He pitted a little later, so he's thinking he'll be okay to go the rest of the race on it because of that safety car. Now, TB is on the harder compound tire, but the tire wear will play into his favor. Safety car is in. We go on board with Scyther to see his reaction time to Josh H's restart. Now, Josh, we did see before get some good runs here. Now, guys, see what he's capable of doing on this restart. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Ads lets TB pass after the safety car line, and Josh takes off, and we're off and away. We'll be restarting. So here we go. So TB gets clear of Ads, get himself into third place. Scyther currently leading the charge. Scyther right behind Josh. Josh leading the way. TB right behind. The Chiller trying to muscle his way to try to get into fourth to try to help his teammate out. But Ads to deal with as they head into turn number 5 in a 6. Looks like Az is still staying still in the 4th place spot. As they head into the castle now. Looks like everything's okay so far. Head off into this next stretch of the track. And Stenner has crashed out in turn 4, and that is another safety car. These safety cars is going to help. These safety cars are going to help Scyther out. So he can go much further on these tires. Now Josh is pit. Now everybody has pitted. So the question is will some of these guys decide to go for another stop? We'll have to wait and see on what happens here. So take a look. Looks like TV has opted to go in again. It's time to get back onto the mediums that he was on prior. actually a brand new set of mediums to be more precise. And that's going to mean, so TB is going to come out in the 12th place position. So Josh still leading the pack, as we'll be heading into halfway of this Grand Prix. Seidler is currently in second. The Chiller is third. Jack 4, Reese 5, AFJ 6, George 7, Redfire 8th, Kipu 9, and Bourbon sitting in 10th. Then the rest of the field, it is Tadpole 11, TB in 12th, and Ads in 13th. So we initially started with 19, but then was dropped to 18 because one of the drivers in the qualifying, Blue Gagi, was a last-second reserve, had to serve a quali ban, ignored it. So he was removed from the event for ignoring the bans. We also have Fat Flow. He is out because of because his power cut. So that's why he is not here, not returned back. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else is here. We just have Med Munson as the new person. But yeah, other than that, those are the only ones that we've had affected. Anyway, so Josh. Now Josh was crazy enough with him. He's a winner in Tier 2. He's a winner in F2. He came close in F1 on 2 occasions. Now, if Josh somehow defies the odds and wins this race, he will join an illustrious club with a lot of other drivers with wins to their repertoire. It'll be quite interesting to say the least there. Like I said, Josh has not won in F1, so that'd be interesting to see him join that club, which, by the way, that club, it's Luke, Scyther, Reese, Jack, Flynn, Owen, Bourbon, TB, Corey, and Cryptic. That is the group for that illustrious club that is winners in every active RPL tier. The winner of that, basically the main person of that group is Luke with 91 race victories in his career. I'll have to get that updated to cover off for this coming for the season that's going on. But anyways, so car should be coming in this time by is in. Let's see how Scyther reacts to Josh's restart this time. So, Josh took off after this kink right here. Let's see if he does it again this time. And he does, just a little bit later than usual, but off and away we go. Here we go. As we're back underway here in Baku, And it looks like Reese is trying to fight AFJ to get into 5th place. Gets it done on the outside. TB clearing Tadpole, get himself into 11th. Now has Bourbon to worry about to get back into the points, which wouldn't be that big of a deal. And Reese clearing Jack to get into 4th. Jack putting up a little bit of a fight on the outside, but just can't seem to fully execute an attack. And Jack will have to settle for 5th. He's got a Mercedes and an Aston behind him. Now TB back into the points in the 10th spot. There he is in the background, trying to challenge Kipu to get in the 9th, and makes quick work. Into 9th place goes TB. Now he's got Ref Fire to worry about next. Now Ref Fire and TB have had a history last season and in season 7. These two, let's just say this, Ref Fire is probably one of the most difficult and biggest pains in the necks to pass. I mean, either he is really difficult to take down, and whoops, Ads and Tadpole just crashed, and another safety car. Can't we go a lap without a safety car? I can't, like, seriously, can't we go a lap without a safety car? But Ads and Tadpole crashed. Jeez, is this Jeddah all over again? Hit you. Loving life, crap desync, skill issue, major. Well, that's interesting to say the least. But anyways, looks like Scyther has decided to come in as well as AFJ as well, and Josh H. This is interesting. Well, literally, the Chiller stayed out, Reese stayed out, Ref Fire stayed out, and so has TB. Now the interesting thing is well. Oh, well, this is interesting. Josh has decided to go for softs. Scyther on the hards. Jack medium. George medium. AFJ medium. And Kipu and Bourbon on mediums. Well, this is a bit of an interesting tire choice. So now we're down to 11 drivers, and we are past halfway, so even if another 3 more guys crash out, we won't restart because we're past halfway. There's nothing we could do. Anyway, so the Chiller is now leading this race. Now the Chiller hasn't had a win since last season. We'll have to take a look at our history books to see the last time they won a race. Let's see here. Well, it looks like Reese's last win, I believe if I'm looking at it right, is Singapore. That was the last time he won a race. The Chiller, trying to locate him. Can't locate his last win, but it was something. But he did have a win last season. So we'll have to find that. We'll have to find that in our history book to find it. So it's kind of tricky to find all that stuff, you know. We'll have to try to locate it all. It was Imola. Not Imola. Portimao. Portimao last season was the last time DeChiller won a race. So yeah, Portimao, which is off the top of my head, I believe that was 18 races ago. That was the last time DeChiller wound up winning a race. Yeah, this is race number 18. That was the last time he wound up winning an event. Yeah, that was the last time. So Reese hasn't won since Singapore, which is about 7 or 8 races ago. Redfire yet to win TB. 2 in a row currently. Josh H yet to win. Scyther hasn't won since last season. Jack, I mean, it's kind of crazy if an Alpha wins it, but Jack, Season 8 finale, Abu Dhabi, was his last win, and it was actually his first Tier 1 win. So let us see here. As George, let's see, as DeChiller is in charge of the field, let's see how Reese reacts. So, last 2 safety cars. Josh H took off at the kink, and DeChiller decides to take off right at the exit of the chicane. And we're off and away, back underway in Baku. And we're back underway, and it's DeChiller leading away from Reese, and it was nearly 4 wide. Into turn number 1 as Scyther and Josh get past the AI. Jack as well. And, yep, there goes the AI Sicario back down to 12th. Well, I mean, technically it's 12th, but he's eliminated anyways. But Reese down the inside, clearing past DeChiller, and into the lead goes Reese. But DeChiller might be trying to fight back, but can't seem to do it on the outside of turn 4. Reese takes the lead of the Baku Grand Prix. Meanwhile, Josh, clearing red fire, gets himself into 4th. Now Scyther trying to put himself into the mix to try to put pressure on that McLaren. Meanwhile, TB trying to go 3 for 3. And boy, he's got DeChiller to worry about. Let's see, right now with just under 10 laps to go, 9 laps left. Basically 8.5 laps left. But anyways, let's see what TB's got as he's in pursuit of DeChiller right now to get himself into that 2nd place spot. While Scyther does clear red fire to get into 5th, now has to hunt down Josh to get himself into 4th. Now Josh and Scyther already tangled once in turn 1 earlier in this event. Who knows what will happen here as TB throttles down that overtake. TB gets ahead of DeChiller. Josh responds as well, says, hello, I'll put myself into this too. And, well, DeChiller trying to fight hard, but just can't seem to do it against the pure speed of the Red Bull and the Mercedes. I mean, just before the turn 1 braking zone, DeChiller just cracked 200. TB and Josh here 210. Josh trying to chase down TB to get himself into 2nd. This will be wild if a Mercedes is capable of getting themselves into the winner's circle. Anyways, Josh is trying to chase TB down. Now, he is on the softer tire, so he has the advantage over Reese and TB, but he's going to have to play it safe in regards to the tire wear and also play it safe in regards to his ERS deployment. DeChiller on top of his teammate. I think the Ferraris are going to be switching. Yes, they are. The Ferrari switch, Scyther up in the 4th, and Scyther now let loose to chase down the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. Josh is going to have to play it careful because if he burns those soft tires too quick, he'll have the Red Bulls pull away, and will be at the mercy of the Ferrari. It looks like TB is going to take the lead back as Reese moves over. Let's TB by on the inside. TB once again back in the lead. Well, maybe not. They're fighting back. The Red Bulls are deciding to play. The Red Bulls have decided to play. And here comes Josh. Josh says, I'll step on in, make my presence known, and gets help with the draft, gets past Reese. Josh up in the second. Now Josh has to chase TB down. Looking at the ERS deployments, Josh at 40, at 45, TB 10% less. And Scyther is clawed in to under a second behind the DRS, and Scyther is clawing in to say hello there to Reese. AFJ is on. Now, here's an interesting one, a little bit further back. AFJ under pressure from Jack. Well, that's going to be an interesting one, fight, to say the least. Well, speaking of which, actually, Scyther is putting major pressure on Reese to force him into a mistake. Scyther looking down the inside, they head into the chicane, but backs off to the chicane, deciding I'm not taking the chance, I don't want to risk it. It'll be too devastating if I risk it. Meanwhile, Josh in pursuit of TB. Now, Scyther getting that high speed up there. About 220 for Scyther into turn 1. Reese about 215. And Scyther claims third place. Now Josh trying to put even more pressure on TB. TB left hung to dry with his teammate. Pulling back. Here goes Josh down the inside to take the lead. And Josh takes the lead of the Baku Grand Prix. Now this is going to get interesting. We had a barn burner of a race last week, and we're having it repeat again today. My goodness, here we go. Scyther now pressuring TB as they head into the castle now. On board with TB, looking at the back, there is Scyther right there. This is gonna get really good, really interesting. As we head down, there's Scyther in pursuit. Now Scyther's ERS is nearly double of TB's. Same applies with Scyther's ERS against Josh H. Because TB is at 40, Josh is at about 35, Scyther is right around 70. Crazily, TB is still in DRS range against Josh. I think we're gonna have a 3 wide into turn 1. Here comes Scyther down the inside to put more pressure on that Red Bull. Here we go. 3 wide almost. Into turn 1. TB has no choice but to back off. And Scyther trying to get the lead from Josh, but can't seem to execute in turn 1. But he will execute in turn 2 and gets the courtesy of DRS. Let's see what happens. What will TB do? TB looking to go down the inside against there. Whoa, contact and into the wall they go. And now Reese takes the lead against TB from his teammate, and Scyther caught off. I think that could be on TB because TB's wing was right along with Scyther's rear wheel, and there was contact, and that's gonna mess things up just a little bit. I wonder, is there damage on that Ferrari? Can't tell. Looks like there isn't. Looks like there isn't damage on that Ferrari, and I don't see any damage on the Red Bull. So I think these guys are okay. It looks like Red Fire has crashed Red Fire has crashed in the castle. So that leaves Kipu up into 10th place. Unfortunately, it looks like McLaren is not going to be giving themselves points. Now it looks like round 2 between TB and Scyther. This time TB covers off on the inside. Let's see what happens as Scyther looks to make for a shot. Looks like it's going to be TB. Looks like he's going to use Reese to help stay in it. And TB's gone off in turn 1. AFJ gets himself into 3rd place. And, oh man, I think TB made a mistake in the braking zone of turn 1. And now Scyther takes the lead against Reese. And TB retakes 3rd against, oh boy, against AFJ. Goes for a slide in turn 3. And now both Mercedes ahead of TB. I think TB is seeing desperation and willing to do whatever, trying to do what he can to get back towards the front. And TB is really starting to show some cracks under that pressure. My goodness. I mean, I'm already on the edge of my seat from this enthralling race. As they head down, now it looks like Reese in pursuit, in pursuit. Now Reese is in DRS. AFJ does not have that courtesy. Looking at the ERS here. Now, yeah, Scyther has double the ERS of Scyther. Now Scyther is using his, and now Reese just deploys his as Josh and TB almost going 3 wide as TB stuck going the long way around, gets past AFJ but can't seem to get past TB. And the Chiller heads out to the pits. I believe, looks like he's going to steal. He's going to go in and steal fastest lap of the race, which is currently held by Josh. Josh putting up a strong defense against TB as they head into turn 3. TB is stuck at the mercy of the Mercedes pair. And having some issues as we're on board with TB, as he's having trouble getting past Josh, who's basically becoming the brick wall of his race. AFJ willing to use the magic too. Looks like a little loose from Josh, but keeps it in control. Wait and see what happens here, but here comes TB. But there's TB. Now, Reese is now out of DRS range against Scyther, so Scyther will have some room to breathe. TB trying his best. He wants to get past Josh. He needs to get past Josh. He wants that 3rd, and Josh has decided, yeah, I can't fight it. Go for it. I think he backed off, let his teammate through, so both Mercedes will get DRS. That's actually a big brain play by both Mercedes. Because now that leaves TB vulnerable to both of them. AFJ on the inside, Josh down the inside. And they both get past TB, maybe not. TB fighting back, Jack throwing himself into the fire. And boy, that was tight into turn 2. It looks like these two are just fighting it off here. TB trying to fight Josh H. Oh, Josh H getting loose. Save it. Ooh, Josh saves it from... That was almost a disaster waiting to happen, but it cost him a few spots. George up in a 6th, Jack in a 7th, and looks like Josh went off just a little bit, but here we go. Jack is up in the 5th. Now, I don't think he's going to challenge his driver for the 4th place spot. So TB right now is looking for 4th right now, as he's right now out of range against AFJ, and Reese 1.5 seconds behind Scyther with 2 to go. This is going to get really interesting really quick. Now, right away, he's currently going for the fastest lap. The Chiller, he is clawing his way. He's almost on Kipu. I think the Chiller could possibly steal 9th place from Kipu. But the battle towards 3rd right now between TB and AFJ as they head down the stripe, and we enter the final lap of this race, and TB not close enough to AFJ right now. And the Chiller is in DRS range against Kipu, which is going to help him in his push to take fastest lap, and he does so. 41.973, and that is good there. And AJ blocks again. TB still stuck behind AFJ at the Mercedes. This is going to be a fun fight. I reckon it's just like with Valtteri Bottas and Lance Stroll at the end of I think it was the 2017 Azerbaijan Grand Prix where they fought for second. I think this is what's going to happen this time. Let's take a look at the ERS deployments of both these drivers. TB 33%, AFJ 13%. So TB has nearly triple the ERS deployment than AFJ does. Oh my goodness. This is going to get really good. And the Chiller Scyther just coming out of the Sector 2 for the final time as they head to the chicane. He got involved in an incident with the Mercedes earlier in the event. He played it calm, courtesy of all the safety cars. Scyther back on form. Scyther is going to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in RPL. Reese will come across in second. It's a shot down for 3rd, and TB gets AFJ at the line. TB will get 3rd, AFJ 4, Jack 5, George in 6th, Joshua at the 7th. Bourbon comes across the line. He will get the 8th place spot. The Chiller comes across and will take fastest lap in 9th and give a shout out to Kipu. Points on the board for the Williams. Wow, we've had safety cars, we had crashes, we had glitches, and Scyther on top against the Red Bulls. And Reese, good showing by him to get himself into second. And TB started 11th, had good fights with the lead, and just had some problems right at the end, but still managed to claw for 3rd though. So it looks like TB is fighting Scyther's win, claiming he was punted off into turn 1 and vows for a penalty. So looks like TB not happy, to say the least. But there it is. So Scyther is the winner. Reese in 2nd, TB 3rd, AFJ 4, Jack 5, George 6, Josh 7, Bourbon 8, The Chiller 9, Kipu 10, and then Redfire in 11th. And then the rest of the people the DNF, we had Ads 12, Tadpole 13, Stenner 14, Med Munson 15, Gecko 16, Blonde 17, and Zakaria, who's on the screen as 11th. He is 18th for being AI for over 90% of the event. Oh, well, that is going to conclude the stream for today. So, next week, I have a couple things to note here. So, next week's races. So, Friday, the F1 Tier 2 drivers will be racing around in Suzuka. F2 next week will be racing around the Temple of Speed, that is Monza. And lastly, F1 will be racing around the streets of Miami for round 4 of the championship. Now, for that race, there will be a different commentator for that event. That commentator will be Owen. The reason being is because from the 21st until the 24th, I will be on vacation out of state, and I will not be able to participate on commentary duty for round 4. But I will be back again next week for the week following, which is round 5 in Imola. I will be back again for that and races further on. And lastly, I want to give a special little message to a specific somebody. So I won't be able to say it for next week's stream. So I'm actually going to say it early, but I want to give a special happy birthday to my fiance. Her birthday is going to be on the 25th, and I want to wish her an early happy birthday, and hope she has a great day that day on the 25th of July. So, from RPL Streams, this is Ironwolf saying good night. Have a good one, and I will see you on commentary, my voice, at Imola.